Look at me. The eyes you're drawing are an excellent tool to make everyone fall in deep love with what you're creating. So I'm going to make right now for you a full list of components that our eyes that we are drawing need to have, so it's going to make people go like,
your character is hot, your character eyes make me wanna go to your page.
So let's get into the list, shall we? The first thing you gotta keep in mind while you're drawing your eyes is the direction. The direction they are looking is going to change how people perceive what is going on. If they are looking for you, the viewer, if they are looking for something that is happening. And after that, a second part, the brightness. As an example, this one right here, we can see reflection and highlight happening. As example here, and a very bright glow right here. Going back, you just noticed that the direction is very important. That's great. You understand that if it's looking for the viewer, it can impact in a certain way. If it's looking to the side, it's going to impact another way and make the viewer want to look at that action, at what is that the character is looking. There is going to be at least two main lights in your eye. The reflection one and as the second one, main light. This is pretty much a formula that we are breaking down before starting to truly draw and paint. Now we go to the third point. Shadows. Shadows are the ones making it possible to have areas taking more attention. If I want this main area to be bright, naturally everything around is going to be darker. You can see here, all of this area is darker. Number 4, eyelashes. Just draw the upper one thicker and the lower one is slim. You can notice here, lower one slim and the upper one is thicker. This is a pattern for any eye that you will ever draw in your life. This is what is going on here. And after choosing this, you can make a choice, an extra choice, to add eyelashes one by one. And how do you choose the direction of them? Well, the first thing we would be doing is making it thicker on the upper area and not so much on the lower area. But how do we choose the direction of the eyelashes? Thinking this is the center of everything, like a gravitational center, just like the planets are going around the sun, the eyelashes are all looking to the main central point. But if the eye was pointing somewhere else, it would still be here in the middle, okay? Thinking there is a central point right here, just like a perspective point, every eyelash would do this, getting out, okay? All of them. If you look close to your eyelashes, they are bending a little bit. That's why it's not a perfect line. And if they're coming from this direction, just at the end we're feeling most of it, because at the start, it's doing the bending motion. What is missing in this eyelash? Why it look like a little bit of horror vibes? Because everything is too strong, everything is too direct. It's pretty much on the 100% hardness. So what we can do, we can make everything around here a tiny bit more soft. It's like if we were adding makeup. Eyelids, how do they work? If we have an eyeball, we don't see a full eyeball. We only see a portion. This is what we truly can see. Our eyes have just a small part exposed, not full exposed. That would be too crazy, bro. We are going to have an accumulation of meat down here and get smaller the closer it is to the eye gland. And the very opposite happens in the upper eyelid. They are opposites. Here, big chunk of meat, so here, big chunk of meat. This corner right here, close to the lacrimal gland, you are going to make everything brighter. Eyebrows show emotions. If you're angry, they get close and down. If you are feeling sad, they also get close. They are like, oh no. And if you are surprised, ultra high. Now about smiling and feeling happy, you can have all of those with a smile, like literally. And I know many of you want to know how to draw yesified bedroom eyes. You could pretty much just do an eye that is halfway open, relaxed, halfway open, like this, and relaxed eyebrows, and then a smile. The step number 7, iris. is going to use shadows, brightness, and direction. The formula for you to use when you're going to paint to draw iris is pretty much the letter U right here. This area, you're going to make everything bright, and now this upper area is going to get darker. Since you have this area, you would make upper area darker, upper area darker. This area right here, you have the eyelashes. Eyelashes. Here, up here, eyelid. Down here, another eyelid in this corner. But down here can get a little bit darker too. It's like the corners of the iris, they get a little bit darker. Let me get this to black and white. I'll be first solving shadows and light, basic anatomy, and then I will be going to colors. But will I start this without having any reference? No, I would never do this. I'm going to use Arcane and my own art style as reference. Do you remember on the third step what I told you that it's pretty much the letter U sideways in the eye? So in this case, it would be the completely opposite letter U. So I'm just adding all of this area and airbrush. Very soft and making darker. Now, how are we going to proceed from this? Reinforcing places that are darker. Corner, close to lacrimal gland. Can we do this effect? We can. If here is going to be very bright, we can just choose around it to be dark. Right here in the iris, corners darker. So you can see that I just added two little dots right here to show that this area is wet. And I'm going to add a strong highlight on this corner of the eye. We could be reinforcing eyelashes right here. And remember, it's not about doing it perfect at first. It's about understanding that it's going to take time, errors, and trials. If I was able to do everything perfect since the first day that I started drawing, it would be boring. I would probably give up drawing. I would generally probably give up drawing because the reason that I started drawing was because it was challenging and it made me think a lot on how could I improve? How could I make this exactly the way I imagined or the way I was looking at my reference? This is the magic of drawing. We want something that brings us emotions, not something that we just get free on our hands. Or if you want your eye to look more intense, you close your eye. Remember what we talked before? The eyebrow gets closer. Oh, the eyebrows gets very close. And the upper eyelid gets squished.
When I hate, I attack.
Now, after you made your eye and you're probably feeling like, bro, I love it, everything's so good, life is great, I want you to take a step, even feeling that you did everything right. Like right now, I'm feeling like, yes, I do enjoy this eye. But even having that feeling, I want you to go and take right now a full step only focusing to fixing. This step is crucial because I want you to go to the next mile of your observation skills. You are going to try to change things in your drawing, in your eye, and see if it should be maintained or if you should go back on everything. Eyebrow, pupil, iris, the white area of the eyes, the eyelids, everywhere. I want you to try, make mistakes, and do it again. What if you don't know where to change or what to change? Start by just making the eyebrow a little bit longer, a little bit thinner. Try out different ways so you can notice, hey, this does make sense. Hey, this doesn't make sense. The more you try, the closer you are to your goal. all this upper area. It's divided right here in this corner. So this corner is going to receive strong highlight. Here is going to be kind of darker, a little bit darker. And since it's frowning its face, like its eyebrows, like I'm so mad, I'm so angry, it means that it's going to get a tiny little bit darker here and a gradient, a passage to brighter tones here. Now let's go and paint. Do you know how am I going to paint? We have here our levels of gray. Nice, incredible. Now I'm going to create a layer. I click it here and I'm going to add a gradient map. I thought of curves. It can be curves. There's two ways of doing it, is what I mean. You could come here and choose the effect of gradient map, and you can already see the difference. I'm going to hold Ctrl Alt on my keyboard, click between both layers, and only here selected. And if you don't have a shortcut, you can click in your layer and click on Enable Mask. What a gradient map does, a gradient map lets you already have things painted. So you don't have to paint. That's pretty much it. Gabs, you're making this paint for you. Yes, I'm saving time. Why not you? I want you to save your time and be able to truly create what you were meant to create. Just by clicking this lower area to the rule, I'm painting it.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it.
I like this as a base. You can set it up to color mode. You can set it up to any mode that we want. We have the gradient map. I'm going to create a new layer, call it color, because we are going to change its mode to color. I'm going to merge certain areas and change the color. This character that we created has black eyebrows, so not much color going on. We can add some color, but not that much. Not much. Let's go for red, like why not? Why not? Let's do a red eye. That's very intense. And this area here inside, not that much colors. We don't want that much colors here. I'm going to change my brush mode to overlay. And I'm going to make this area very reddish. Now back to normal mode with my brush. Just by doing a bluish line, like this, in your drawing, you have added a gorgeous reflection. I always think of the base that we are going to get a wine tone close to the shadows and to the light more into yellows. And not only that, you can go and change even more. Not stop in the yellows, you can go to blues and greens. You can go into crazy colors. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to add some crazy fantastic colors. Because this is the way your art is not only another one, it's the one. I'm going to change my brush to color burn mode. You make a soft, huge brush, and before touching anything, make sure your opacity is very low. And you may think to yourself, Gabs, there are so many modes, how do you choose it? What I'm doing here is our principle of trying and trying and trying again. And let's blur this. Yo, let's blur this. Why do I want blur in this drawing? Because blur gives effects, and effects is something that we are searching for. I do enjoy this eye, but I believe there's something missing. And that something is smudge. For those that may not know yet, for some reason, I love smudge too. This too lets you blur stuff.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain.
Let me add some effects. Effects. Curves, come here, curves. When I have to change grayscale, which color? When you feel that it's the moment, you choose when. It can be when you just set a base of gray tones, when you have already done tones of the tails. You are the one to set the pace. You can choose, hey, I have found out the basic shadows and light, so now I can proceed to even more things. So I go and add colors, but if you feel like, no, this artwork's a little bit difficult, I prefer to already go all the details in black and white and then go to colors. That's also a way that you can do it. Do you paint bounce lights in grayscale or in color process? Both. I paint bounce lights reflection in grayscale, and when I am in coloring process, I like to reinforce them even more. This way I make sure that they are well seen. Okay, that's it. If you are interested in learning with me more, having me as your teacher, that's your calling to go to the link in the description and get into the all-in platform where I'm teaching everything that I wanted to learn much faster. I struggle so much in my artistic journey. My family could not give me teaching or the materials, a tablet that I have right now, and took me many years, many extra years. That would be faster if I had someone guiding me. Much faster. Much faster. Just like this class that you just had right now. So I believe it's truly important. And I'm grateful that you're taking that to your heart, to your art. So whenever I'm able to help you, even if it's just 1%, this already makes me happy. Because I know that I'm saving someone's time. So I'm just walking in circles, just like what I did. So thank you very much for your time. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. You're amazing champs. See you all next time. Bye 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 bye.